You know that feeling when you've been on holiday and you've had a wonderful time and then you have to come home and face the hangover that is unpacking? Well, in today's video, I am unpacking after a 16-night holiday to Walt Disney World where we had the most amazing time, and you can check out that vlog series over on my Mummy of Four Does Disney channel. Honestly, it was so magical. There is a new vlog out there every Sunday. But right now, we're on the day we get home from this 16-night break, and I have to unpack all of this. So I'm Ree from mummyof4.com. If you're new around here, you may not know that I've got 4 children. And normally I like to try and stay on top of the laundry so it doesn't become utterly overwhelming. And I put on at least 1 load of laundry every day, normally more than that. And obviously I haven't done any washing for over 2 weeks. And there are a lot of us, and that means I have got a lot to get through. So I'm going to start by just tipping out all the dirty washing and just, in fact, do you know what? This isn't even all of it. This is a couple of the cases of dirty washing. Some of the rest of it is going to stay into the other cases until I deal with this. So I'm going to start by dividing and conquering. So I'm going to divide the laundry into loads. So I'm going to put, light load together, a very dark load together, and then I kind of put like a mixed mid-ish colour, like a bright load together. And as it happens, I've got so much here that I can do that. There's no point in putting things together with things they shouldn't be washed with, because I've got more than enough for a whites load, more than enough for a lights load. And I feel like when things at least sorted into loads, when later in the day, after I've made dinner, whatever, I can just throw it in the machine. I don't have to sort it. So I can just sit in this mess sorting now. And then it's just a case of keeping the machine going. So at this stage, it's the day we get home. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through all this. I don't know how long. Let me know in the comments, and don't cheat. Don't watch the end of the video, then comment. Let me know now in the comments, what is your best guess for how long it will actually take me to unpack and get back on top of all this laundry? Because obviously the more days it takes, the more clothes we keep wearing and the more washing will be generated. So this is why I like to stay on top of washing normally, because this is overwhelming and horrible and no fun for anyone. So this is the first day we're back. I'm utterly jet lagged. All I can manage to do is this, chuck a load on, and then get some sleep. So it's now the next day. It's 1 day after arriving home, and I've brought some of the cases upstairs from the lounge so I don't have to look at them. I've stashed them all in my bedroom, and I'm sorting through what needs to go where in which cases. So some of these packing cubes that were all neatly packed, if you watch my Pack With Me video over on my Disney channel, well, those packing cubes were not packed as neatly on the way back. I will tell you now, if you watch the vlogs at the end of that vlog series, I'm just kind of shoving things in the case. The cases never go back as neatly, do they? Anyway, I'm just going to pull everything out, sort things into baskets. I like to use baskets to move things around, to categorize things, to go, right, that's a basket of things for one room, basket of things for another room, so I'm not just scooping things up in my arms. You'll notice that I stuffed things inside those little bags, my little Disney Loungefly bags. So everything went out quite neatly. So outfits were packed and prepared within bags they were going to be worn with. And then on the way back, it was all just sort of shoved in, just shoved. But never mind, it was a wonderful trip. I don't want to complain. It was amazing and worth every scrap of this laundry. But it does feel overwhelming. The mountain you've got to climb when you get back, the mountain that is trying to get back to normal. My whole bedroom, every surface is now covered in stuff and junk. And where am I supposed to put all this stuff? How am I supposed to wash it all? Will I ever see the floor again? Just, that it's overwhelming. And the jet lag on top of it all doesn't help. So we're now 2 days after arriving home because I got to that stage yesterday again where I was just like, do you know what, I'm too tired for this. So I'm going to put the ears back up. These are just little command hooks in the girls' bedrooms where I store all their Disney ears. It's just a sweet way to kind of store them so they stay neat and tidy, and the girls like to look at them and then they take them down and play and wear them and stuff when they're dressing up. And it's just stick on little command hooks. I use command hooks for so many things around our home. Honestly, they're so handy. If you've seen other videos on my channel, like where I organise the office, things like that, I've got other videos about organisation generally, and I'm always raving about command hooks. So now back to these packing cubes. I just stuffed packing cubes within other packing cubes and I put them in that bottom calyx inside our wardrobe. And then I'm tidying up some of this Disney stuff that we only really wear to Disney. So some of my Disney clothes, obviously I wear anyway, but my husband would only wear Disney clothes to Disney. So some of his things are going inside these suitcases. The little suitcases, some of them fit inside these medium suitcases. So that is great because it means that there is space in the wardrobe because the cases are hidden within cases. So these are some of the other bags, like the shoulder bags and things. And then some of the clothes we're only going to wear to Disney. Like, I mean, that Minnie Mouse spotty skirt, I'm not going to wear, I'd wear like a Disney sweatshirt, but I'm only going to wear a Minnie Mouse skirt in Disney. So those can be hidden away in the cases rather than clogging up my wardrobe. So that one, I'm going to fill with stuff later on. I'm just going to shove those away just so I don't have to look at them. And then put these other bits. I've got a box in here with shoes and things in it. And then just, I've got a basket, shoved down the bottom of my wardrobe for my things, my personal things that I have not yet sorted. My clean, warm laundry. Don't tell the children because I ask them to put theirs away. But when I don't have time to put away my own pants and socks, it's just an unsorted basket of clean stuff. You'll see the girls wandering in and out of shot. They're basically styling themselves at the moment. There's not many clean clothes, and like, guys, wear whatever you want. So those couple of baskets I've still got to deal with. We're on 3 days after getting back now. We've got more and more things. These are more like summery Disney dresses. I'm folding away into packing cubes, popping them inside cases, and just getting more and more things sorted and put away. I've still got all of this laundry. Now, I don't know if you face this problem, but you can wash quicker than you can dry. So a lot of things don't go in the tumble dryer. They're not tumble dryable. So I hang them in this airing cupboard area and it's full. So until that damp stuff is dry, we're now on the next day, I believe. We're now on the next day and this stuff is dry. So I can now take it out of the airing cupboard. But if you wedge too much stuff in an airing cupboard, nothing dries. And I live in Wales where it rains all the time. So in fact, the way to make it rain is to put washing outside. So I just stopped doing that. So I only really dry things around the house, as in the airing cupboards. I don't like hanging things all around the house. Just kind of, I feel like it causes more condensation. If I keep the drying just to this area, or we've got an airing cupboard with a very small amount of storage space upstairs, then I have got, I'm not sure if you can see it, hanging on the far left of that bottom rail, there's like a water collection sucker upper thing. That's not the right term for it. Got them in the pound shop before, and basically they kind of absorb condensation from the air. So any water from the clothes that dry there gets absorbed. There is a radiator in there and they dry quite quickly. Whereas if I hang things around the house, then I do find that we get more condensation. It's the same as if you leave like all the doors open when you're having a shower and things. And there's a lot of us in our house, so condensation can accrue quite quickly. So I think you did just see me putting one of the hats in one of the suitcases then, didn't you? Keep this in mind because in the future I may ask you where I've put that. For example, before this trip, we had 3 of those hats and I could only find one of them before we left. The other 2 are still missing indefinitely. So now 7 days afterwards, obviously we're accruing more washing all the time, things that people have actually worn not to Disney, as in over the last week. I'm emptying out more of the dry stuff. We're getting through it. We are getting through it. But it's a bit slow because there's a limit to how much you can wash if you haven't got the space to dry. So This is why I keep harping on about it, but I just like to stick a load on every day, and then I like to empty this out and just keep the cogs turning, keep it all moving through the system, and then you don't get the backlog. So I'm hanging all these things up. I find if I hang them in shape and really smooth them out, they need little or no ironing, especially when they're hung on a hanger. They kind of dry this way, very little ironing needed. And this is just a really good system. We used it in the last house where we just hung things up in an actual airing cupboard. This is actually, and I don't know if you've seen the house tour that we did when we moved in. This is just a section of my laundry room, which is the other half of my office, but those videos can be found on my channel. Just search Mummy of 4 laundry and that will all come up if you kind of want to see a bit more of this. So we're down to not loads left to wash, quite a lot left to sort and put away. All that stuff's clean. So now we're 9 days after arriving home. I've still got all this stuff dumped in my office that I haven't even touched. It's just so much stuff everywhere. So I'm going to sort through this cables bag. Packing the cables bag to come home, no one did it very neatly, apparently, me included. It was all very much slung in. So I like to tidy up these cables. I tie them with these like Velcro cable tie things, and then these cables live in our luggage. They don't get dispersed through the house. We used to, years ago, before we went away, go around collecting up chargers on the morning we left, and it's just quite stressful. You can get these cables quite cheaply on Amazon now. So all I do is I have chargers that live in our luggage, and that's where they stay. So no one pinches them. They stay with the luggage, and we know when we go away, we've got chargers. We've got lots of devices, obviously, not just the iPhones and things, but actual devices for work and stuff that I use, cameras and things. So it's quite essential to make sure we've all got chargers, and there's lots of us. I've also got all those plugs and things. I bought all those before we went on the cruise. We went on the Disney Magic at Sea cruise last summer. And then there are American plug sockets in there. There's also adapters for European plugs. So all of those, we don't need those the rest of the time anyway. So they are just stuffed in this cable bag. Well, not stuffed, they were stuffed on the way back. Tied neatly, I'd like to hope, in this cable bag, ready for our next trip, which I don't have booked yet, but I'm really hoping won't be ages away. Those are name stickers that I use to check in the children's name. They're like care labels and things of their clothes. I like to take name labels away with us when we go, so if they buy anything, then we can see who's a who's. This little folder, I'm saving mementos from our trip, so whether I'll use them in the future to put in scrapbooks or whatever, but they're just bits. We picked up maps, the autograph cards, because the children couldn't get autographs from characters because of COVID, so they were giving out these little autograph postcards and things. So all of that stuff I'm just putting together until we get around to doing some scrapbooking. I've got snacks and things that came out of hand luggage. We took loads, so some of them came back uneaten, although we did go through most of them. Just bits, more Disney bits I found in there. I'm just shoving it all in, because do you do that, by the way? Do you collect things like maps and key cards and things when you go on holiday as little souvenirs? My children love doing that almost as much as love actually buying stuff. So we're down to a small-ish basket of things, or two, of mostly toiletries and just bits and pieces that need to go away, that are now driving me nuts because we've been back for 9 days and there's still stuff everywhere. Previously, I really would have wanted to do this in a couple of days, but the jet lag this time, I was really, really tired, trying to catch up on work and things. It just hasn't been ideal. So we all have goals of getting back and being really organised and all over it. I'm here to tell you that it's taken me 9 days. Oh, right, hang on, this is important. Guys, that's the luggage weighing thing. I've just put it into this case. We need to remember where I've put that, because without this video, I'll never remember where that is. That's the thing I use to weigh the cases, which I shared in my Pack With Me videos and things. That's the thing I use to weigh the cases. Right, that's gone in the mini case, okay? Anyway, so I'm here to tell you that if you're back from holiday and not all over it and organised, it's taken me 9 days to clear that laundry, and moments after I filmed that, it was filled up again. Couple of things in there, clean, ready to put away. But other than that, 9 days later, woohoo! So my next job is to go through these bags of things. And by go through them, I mean film the highly requested Walt Disney World haul video that will be live on my Mummy of Four Does Disney channel very, very soon. Check out another video that is on screen now, and I shall see you guys over there. Thanks for watching, and bye.